What's up, Cowboy fans? Man, good morning. Good morning. Hey, man, sorry for the cold open. Sorry for the cold. The big man is having computer issues this morning. And we're just happy to be here, man. It is the last game of the season. I'm here with my man, 21, Armando 21 from the 915 El Paso. What's up, brother? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, big fella. Hey, you already know it's the last week, man. It's I guess we could call this bittersweet.
Yeah.
It's a good day. We get to watch our boys play, but it's the last Sunday, and then it's on to the playoffs, man. It's on to
Yeah.
it's on to the big show.
The big show. That's what I'm talking about, man. Because it's always bittersweet that last game of the season. Either you have something to look forward to, or you just like, well, the draft will be here in April. So
Yep.
it's a good thing that we got something to look forward to, brother. And this Washington game, man, is very important. I don't want people to sleep on this one at all. Even though Washington got a chance to get that number 2 pick, which they really need badly, you got to remember this is still a rivalry game. It's still a rivalry game. I said on the TikTok before that, hey man, when the Cowboys and Redskins was really good, now they're the Commanders. Hey man, it was one of those things to watch, man. I'm always excited to see those two colors on the field together. So, hey, Armando, hey, I see Cowboy Corner there, man. Bring him on up. Bring him on up.
Yeah, we got some guests here, man. So, shout out my boy
What's
Cowboys Corner. There he is.
What's up, Mike? What's going
Whoa,
on, baby?
what's up? Got a different angle. We need the little box there. Woo!
Hold on.
Wow,
Let
that
me-
close
let
up
me switch
scary.
y'all up.
There we go. That was boy. The people don't want to see this face that close in the morning. You hear me?
Say, Mike, man. Hey, man, that's a pretty face, man. Anytime somebody's repping that star, is always gonna be a pretty face,
yeah.
man. Good morning, baby, man. I'm glad you was able to join us this morning. I know it was a last minute text, but hey, bro, I appreciate you, man, jumping on with us, man.
Hey,
What's going on with you, baby?
nothing much, man. Nothing much. We had a good time in Dallas last weekend. That crazy game. I learned something the other day, and I'm minority, so I can't be racist. So if this comes off racist, I apologize.
We all
But I learned-
minorities. Yeah, we
but
all
I-
minorities.
But I learned something. There's
Okay.
different cultures that watch football. Like it's called American football, but it's
Right.
open to everybody. There's a lot of diverse. I learned this past week, and I happen to have a gentleman from India, has Indian roots, sit by me
Right.
and was watching football. He happened to be a Lions fan. We're touching elbows, okay?
Uh-huh.
His wife or his girlfriend was sitting, over there. She was a Cowboys fan. It seemed like she knew a little bit more football than her fiance did, or her boyfriend, her husband, whatever he was, right?
Right.
It just seemed like she just knew more football just from conversation and what was going on in the game. All right.
Mm-hmm.
When the whole 2-point controversy happened, this guy was very knowledgeable. Why would the Detroit Lions go for 2, kick the field goal, let's go to overtime, boom, boom, boom. All right. Micah Parsons jumped off sides, and this dude is yelling in excitement, Micah Parsons false start. Micah Parsons false start. I'm heated in the moment. I wanted to look at the dude and shake him and say, it's called encroachment. It's offsides. Micah can't false start. But I did. I let it go. We got the game. But I've learned, there's different cultures. There's still people learning about the game of football. And that's why
Right.
Cowboys Huddle, the Frisco Report, that's why we come on here and we talk football. So the guys could just get a little bit more knowledge. But Micah Parsons could not first start. Micah Parsons could not first start. All right.
He cannot.
Hey, I'm glad you brought that up, man. I want to just touch on the Lions game just a little bit because it's over. It's been a week ago, but let's just touch on it a little bit, man. I'm more frustrated about a couple things. I was more frustrated about the prevent defense. We all know what happens on prevent defenses. We all know when as soon as the Cowboys went to prevent, I said, man, they're gonna tie this damn game up. They're gonna tie it up because when you change everything that you've done that was successful in the whole game and just stop playing football, that's what happened, bro. Even though there was terrible calls on the tripping, we all saw it. Terrible calls there. Also, man, when we get down there, you know, the trickery where you send 3 linemen and only one is going to report, that was on them. I don't care what no Lions fans say, no NFL analysts say. If you're trying to trick everybody, you ended up tricking the wrong person. You tricked the damn referee.
They just plexical bird themselves. They just shot themselves in the foot right there.
So how are you upset when you trick everybody, including your damn self? And then you still had 2 more opportunities. So they don't want to talk about that. You still had 2 more opportunities to win the game, and you couldn't get it done. So why is it just such an egregious all of a sudden that the referees screwed the Lions? No, okay, they didn't screw you because they gave you 2 more chances.
Yeah.
What y'all think about it, bro? What y'all think?
For me, it was a good game. It was a good game all around. We got to see a lot. And by that, I mean, we actually didn't get to see a lot. This running game, man, we got to see where we're at. We're still struggling in this running game. It's bad. Shout out to Cowboys corner, my boy. He said it best. He said, it's worse in person. So it's bad right now. But we got the dub. Whatever way it ended, it was bad officiating all around, which was for the offense, defense, whatever it was. It was bad officiating all around. We saw that we came out with the dub, like I said, whatever way it was, it was a W, just right. Like they told us when Dez caught it, get over it. So just get over it, got that W, and let's keep pushing, man. Now it's on to FedEx Field.
Right. Hey, Mike, you were there, man. How was it in the stands when all that crap was happening, bro?
They're moving down, and big shout out to the Lions fan base. So there was a lot of Lions fans in that stadium. Mm-hmm. They were moving down, and you're thinking, "Oh my God, what are we doing? Why?" I mean, Jared Goff just went down there like smooth butter,
easy.
Dude. Just
easy, yeah.
And they get down there and they score, and you're thinking, "Oh wow!" And then you're like, "Okay, it's overtime, cool." And then you're like, "Wait, they're going for 2. Wait a minute, why are they going for 2?" And then McCarthy calls timeout. Mm-hmm. Mike McCarthy. People are forgetting about the timeout. I only heard one guy say Mike McCarthy called timeout on the first attempt.
Right.
Because Mike McCarthy called timeout, that's why we have controversy, right? Mm-hmm. What happens if Mike McCarthy didn't? Do they get it? Do they not get it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that caused it, right? So we're like, oh man. So we're cheering, right? I mean, I still got it right here. We got our little terrible towel. We're like, ah! And then they get it, dude, and it just went boom. Oh. And those 13,000 Lion fans, you can just hear them.
Right.
And all of us are looking at each other like,
is this shit really
the
happening?
guys that you celebrated with all game? We're just stunned. I look at my wife like this, and my wife's like this, and then I look back, and there's a flag on the play.
Right.
I heard illegal touching. Everybody in the stadium heard illegal touching, right? So I thought, because I was on the other side of the end zone. I had end zone seats, but all the drama happened across from me,
the other side,
right? And so I'm thinking, okay, he stepped out of bounds, right? Okay, so they're going to redo it. And I'm like, okay, now they're going to kick the field goal. So we're the whole illegal touching. We're back to this, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then Micah Parsons gets the offsides penalty or the false start, right? So then people are like, oh no, we're going to give him another chance, right? They were like, the probability of converting that is 0 from the 7.
I don't know what's the almost intercepted that second one.
Right. And then Micah and they intercepted it. Right. So, but we all seen Micah offsides. Like we've seen it. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we're, going again. And then Jared Goff finally underthrew that ball, dude. And then it was just, the excitement was there, but it was more relief.
Yeah.
Because we're pissed that they got down there. We're pissed that they even had a shot at it. But we're just relieved that we won the ball game. That was in my section of 221, that was the vibe that I got. Woo! We survived it.
Thank you.
Like, it wasn't high-fiving. It was like, we're knuckling. Like, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was, man, when I had family, friends just text me, you picked a good game. No, the fuck I did. I'm about to have a heart attack. But this ain't a good game. I'm pissed.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, look, that's in the past. It's in the past. So we moving on to those Commanders, man. And we got a special guest down there, 21. Why don't you bring him on up, man?
Let me bring him on up, man.
I want to introduce our special guest, man. First of all, everybody, I tell y'all all the time that my son is a Commanders fan, and nobody believes me. Okay. Well, there he is right there. That's my
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning. That's my son, Jeremy. Jeremy, what's up, baby? What's going on?
How y'all doing?
What's up, Jeremy? Hey, shout out my boy Jeremy, man.
Over Armando.
Shout out to the little fella, Jeremy. Shout out to you.
Big fella.
say, Jeremy, let's do this real quick, man, because a lot of people, I tell people the story, but I want you to tell them yourself. How in the hell, as your dad, a Cowboy fan, you end up a Skin fan / Commander fan? How in the hell did it happen?
Okay. I start by saying this. I'm a football fan before I'm a Commander fan.
All right.
So I can watch anybody play at any time. Don't matter who it is, college, high school, pros, anybody. But how I became a Commander fan is I was playing Madden and I came across Washington and I was like, okay, let me give him a try. And so I'm giving them a try. I'm playing. And they had Chris Cooley at tight end. I'm like, okay, let me try him out. He was pretty fast, so I kept throwing the post to him every time, and I'm scoring almost every play. So
It's
I'm like, you know what? I like this team. I like this team. And then I was watching a college game, and they had a number 26 for Miami, and he was flying around, hitting everybody, knocking people out, intercepting the ball. And I'm like, who is this guy? And Washington drafted him, Sean Taylor. So that just put the icing on the cake. That's my team. I didn't have a team. So I'm like, okay, well, this is my team.
That's his team. Hey, and when I told him, I say, look, man, if the Skins is your team, they your team for life. Ain't no jumping ship. Ain't no bandwagon, because that's not what we do, you know. And when I say he been faithful ever since, he been through the same thing that we have, you know, those heartbreaks and everything like that. One thing about my son, he don't talk shit like we do. You know, he don't. But whenever the Commanders / Redskins beat us, his face is like, you know, like, man, I finally got Pops. I got him. But, you know, hey, man, we'll sit there in the cave. We'll watch football together, man. And that's one thing about him. I love his knowledge. You know, like a lot of the young folks, you know, they only know players, right? But they don't know scheme and formatics and all that other stuff. But he's on point, man. And that's one thing I'm proud of him about. I can call him and ask, hey, man, what you think about such and such? And he know him. I was like, I wish my memory used to be that good. It used to be. But say, Jay, we brought you on, man. I got a couple questions for you, man. Number one, I know the season for y'all didn't turn out like you expect.
Right.
What do you think y'all gonna do at your head coaching position? Are y'all gonna stick with Rivera, or is he going after today?
Well, from what I've been hearing, he done. And my opinion is we gotta go for what we like, a young coach. We let 5 young coaches walk. We see what they're doing now. So I would say go young. This is my opinion.
Man, you know what? I seen that list yesterday on I was
Right.
watching the game, and I seen that list, and I was like, damn, they had all them in one coaching
Right.
staff.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Right.
I was
So
surprised.
we had it right in house.
Yeah.
And they left.
Yep.
So okay, so you think he's gone. So my next thing is the most important position on the team is that quarterback. Last year, you know, Sam Howell beat us at the last game of the season, right? I mean, he played a hell of a game.
Right.
Sam have spurts, man. What you think about Sam?
I mean, I'm a Sam fan. I love Sam, but being sacked 60 sometimes all year, he probably on his toes the whole time. That's why he really haven't been playing good the last few weeks, and I can't really just blame it because he getting hit almost every play. So it's
Mhm.
like, I mean, what you expect from him? He getting pressured every play, getting hit every other play, getting sacked every other play. So I
Right.
mean, I like Sam, but I mean, when we get a new coach or new GM, they might come in and say, "Hey, well, we want to pick our own guy. We don't want to just go with him. We want our own guy." And if they do
Mhm.
that, I'm fine with that. They can draft the quarterback at number 2 and let him and Sam go at it. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay. What did you think, man, when they started letting Sweat go and
Oh man,
what's his name from Ohio State? I keep forgetting
yeah,
his name.
Chase Young.
Chase
I
Young.
was,
What was
Chase,
you
yeah.
thinking? Were you thinking they
uh,
were just blowing it up at that point?
yeah, I was okay with letting Chase go, but I was not okay with letting Sweat go. I was like, if we're gonna let one go, we got to keep the other one.
One, right.
And
Mhm.
when they did both. I'm like, I don't know, but our new owner, he traded James Harden too. All them within like 5 days. Sweat, Chase Young, James Harden, all of them went within like 5 days. I'm like, well, I mean, I guess he know what he doing. I wasn't a big fan of it, but hey, it is what it is. Got to move on.
Got to move on. All right.
Mhm.
So I know, man, for us, it's a big game for the Cowboys.
Mhm.
Corner, man, what you think, man, is the
Mhm.
most important key today against those Commanders?
The most
Um.
important key today,
Yeah.
is winning the ball game, getting this East, getting number 2 seed. That's no matter what you. Micah Parsons said it best, right? I'm tired of learning. It's time for us to go play like dogs.
Right.
Like
Right.
a year ago today, almost to the day, the Commanders knocked us out.
Yep.
We had starters, they had starters, and they took us out. We played well against a horrible Tampa Bay team in that next playoff game, and then we got beat up by the 49ers, right?
Right.
So
Right.
we got to change the course of history. We can go in at 12-5. We can go in beating the Commanders. We can go in beating the first team, whether that be the Packers or the Seattle Seahawks. And then we can go play that divisional game and hopefully have some better momentum. Because I really think that loss that we had last year, a year ago today, that takes a toll on guys, right? And that
Yeah.
49ers game, yeah, they remember it is what it is. There's no excuse. You beat us. You're the better team that day.
Right.
But I need more confidence going in. So Dak needs to score. This defense needs to get takeaways and have a lot of momentum going
And see,
in to the playoffs.
Corner, I'm glad you brought that up, man, because I've been, you've been watching folks on TikTok and the other YouTube accounts, and everybody is basically not paying attention to the Commanders. And I was
Right.
thinking about, I was like, do y'all not remember last year? Do you not remember what happened last year when we thought we was going to walk into FedEx and dust them and come out with a victory? Do you not remember? Just because the Commanders are down, this is still a freaking rivalry. It's a
Yeah.
It will be
rivalry
rivalry.
game.
Yep.
So I don't I'm more concerned about this damn game than I was last week.
Y'all,
Because go ahead, 21.
I say y'all forget. I mean, it got to rivalry pettiness with the whole benches, and this is a
Mhm.
Yeah.
rivalry, man. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, these teams, they go into these games, and we know what happened last year,
Yeah.
and I think like Corner says, we need to go into these playoffs with momentum, and that's bringing a dub home. We go in winning, and you just continue from there. It's contagious. You
Yeah.
you have that W and you have everybody riled up, and we're going into these playoffs. So we definitely got to get that.
Okay, Jay, what you
Mhm.
think about the game today, man? What
Uh.
are you think they're gonna come out and play? You think the Commanders are gonna come out and play, or they gonna lay it down?
Uh. I mean, hopefully they come out and play, but we got a lot of people on IR too, so y'all receivers should have a great day today. We got like 4 corners on IR for the last game.
Wow, I,
Yeah,
I
so
didn't know it was
PD
that
should go
many.
off. Yeah, and then plus we don't have Chase and Sweat, so
Mhm.
I mean, I think Jonathan Allen ain't playing, so probably the only person playing is Payne. So I think y'all have a big day with our secondary because we
And
start nothing but young people.
you see what scares me about that is that
Hmm.
it's an audition. Right now they're
Yeah,
auditioning. Hey, and these young guys coming up,
yeah.
these second, third stringers, they trying to get on a team. So this is
Hmm.
the perfect chance to show out. And you go
Right.
out here and you beat a big team like the Cowboys. You know,
Hmm.
it's a good audition, right?
Yeah.
It's always we can't say, oh, we're gonna go in here and handle these guys because they're putting in their second stringers. Nah,
Yeah.
I see it as you putting in guys against guys who are trying to trying to get somewhere, right? So it's gonna be a tough game. The big fella said, it said it best. It's a division game regardless,
Right.
So
Yeah.
we got to be careful with those. But it's a big game for both. I think for both teams. On our side, obviously we want that East. Washington. You guys want to see what you guys have in house and what you guys might want to let go. So
Mm.
it's a good game and a big game for both teams.
So Jay, man, I want you to tell me about your experience the first time you went to see your commanders in person, man.
Mm.
How did your experience go?
Oh, it was pretty good, even though we lost the game. I was just happy to be there. We could have lost by 50, but it was my first time being in the stadium with a lot of Cowboy fans. But
Right.
I had a good time. I had a great time, even though we lost. I had a
Right.
great time.
Hey man, I've been up to Washington several times, and I know I told my son, say, hey man, you got to go see your team in person. I mean, he's seen them here in Texas, and
Mhm.
that it's a difference from you know how it is, man. When you see the Cowboys in home, it's different than when you go see them on the road.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
when you're at home, hey Mike, when you see 80,000 of Cowboy fans, the same people that's cheering for your team, it's a difference. So I was telling him, I said, man, you got to go. I said, I don't know if you really want to see them against the Cowboys because you ain't gonna get the full Washington experience
Mhm.
because a lot of those people that's in Washington, they're from Texas, their families are from Texas, but they live there, right? So
Yeah.
going to a Cowboy Commander game, it's a 50-50 proposition. It's going to be half the
Mhm.
stadium Cowboys and the other half Commander fans. And those people live in the DMV. And I told him before we went, I said, bro, it's going to be more Cowboy fans. He said, man, not really. So we went, we tailgated, had a good tailgate time, a
Yeah.
lot of Cowboy fans in the parking lot. But when we walked in and got in our seats, and he was like, damn. It was just like, damn. I said, yeah, man.
They was right to the
Hey,
left of us, that
yeah,
whole
every
little section.
a whole section, man, nothing but blue.
Man,
It's nothing but blue. But man, look, man, hey, personally, I was like, look, man, hey, look, it's your team, cheer for your team, But hey, but with that time, we was at the game together, me and Jeremy, and this is the year before we drafted Ezekiel Elliott, right? I remember I was doing my
Mhm.
60 seconds and everything, and I was after the game. I said, "Thank you, Washington Redskins, for beating us because we're going to draft Ezekiel Elliott." Jeremy,
Yeah,
what happened? What happened next?
they got Elliott, and he
They
went for
got
what
Elliott. So,
1,600 yards or something?
yeah. So
damn.
Yeah.
but yeah, hey, Mondo, you got to bring up your next topic. I can't control nothing. Crap, my computer sucks
Let's
today.
see. So we're gonna go. Who
Mhm.
your players of the game to watch this game? As far well, obviously, my boy Jeremy. Who do you want to see in Washington? That's where I want to go first. In
Uh,
Washington, who are your players that you want to see?
Today I just want to see Terry go over 1,000 yards. He needs, I think, like 50. I want to see him achieve that because every year he been in the league, he done at least had 900. So I want him to go over 1,000. Even though we was kind of frustrated all year because it seemed like Sam wasn't getting him the ball. You got that your number one receiver, you got to throw him the ball. That's just how I was. I don't care if he covered or not. You got to give him the ball. But I don't know what they were telling Sam, but I just want to see Terry go over 1,000.
Mike, what you got, man? Who your players to watch today, Mike?
Man, I want to see this offensive line. all 5 of them. I don't care who's playing, because the push that I seen last week scares me. So I want to be able to. Cause the Commanders, even though they traded Sweat and they traded Young, they still got a good defensive lineman, right? So they still got big guys up front, and so I want to see if they can push these guys and create some holes. So I'm looking at our running game. That's basically what I'm looking at right here: the offensive line and this running game. Tony Pollard's due is today the day that he finally gets loose and looks like old Tony Pollard. I've seen glimpses, but I've never said that's the Tony Pollard I know.
Corn, I got a question for you. I'm glad you brought up Tony Pollard. Do you think, man, because to me personally, I think the Cowboys get away from the running game too fast. I remember the game in Miami. Tony was having some good pops, getting upfield, and then all of a sudden they just stop giving him the ball. Do you think they get away from the run too early?
They do. They don't establish it, but at the same time, if you're looking at the running game from Mike McCarthy's perspective and Scott Schottenheimer's perspective, it's like we're not getting nobody pushed around. Like, okay, you might have a 10-yard run, but that's after 11 attempts. Other than that, you're 2 yards, 1 yard. It ain't like the Ezekiel Elliott running game. If it was 5, if you can get 3.5 yards per play, you do it 3 times, you're going to get a first down, right? But you can't even get that on any given play. Like, it's rare that they get 3.5 yards or more on a single run play. And so when you're trying to do that, you find yourself throwing it more because Mike McCarthy doesn't trust that. Mike McCarthy said it this offseason, I want to run the damn ball.
Right.
But you let Zeke go and you didn't replace him.
Yep.
21, man. Who's your player? Who you looking for, man? Today in FedEx.
So the player that I'm looking for and that I want to have a good game today and go into these playoffs having a good game is we'll stay with the running game is Rico Dowdle, man. I want to see Rico Dowdle come off this injury and show us something. We know that TP's kind of, himself, he said it. He's having an off year. It's not a good year for him. So I want to see Rico Dowdle, step in and show us that, he wants to stay here in Dallas, man, because I think we need that. We need that Zeke effect. I want to call it the Zeke effect. We need that punch, and we don't have it,
Right.
And like Cowboys Corner said, we talked about it all off season about this run game, and we, where's it at? Miami, we saw it that first quarter, and we thought, hey, it's gonna be good, and then shut down.
Wow.
So I want to see Rico Dowdle come out here and establish this run game early, and show us that we're gonna be all right with this run game in these playoffs, because going into these playoffs we have to have complementary football, man. It's everything's got to be on point, So definitely want to see Rico Dowdle today. That's my player of the game to watch today.
Well, man, let me tell you who mine is, because I've been on his ass for the last 3 weeks. Damone Clark. Dude, he's been getting manhandled for 3 straight weeks, bro. And I've been bitching and complaining about the Cowboys being light in the pants at linebacker. And Damone Clark, man, he's been making highlight reel after highlight reel after highlight reel. Hell, I want to play an offensive lineman to go against him. I'm just like, Jesus, it's just like, man, bro. The Cowboys linebacker core is built off of speed. They're not built off of size and strength. And I think the opponents have targeted him, and they locked in on him, and they have been destroying him. I need Clark, man, to show me something today, that he got some kind of heart and soul, and get off them skates and quit eating pancakes every game, because he's been getting destroyed, bro. So I'm looking at Damone Clark and the rest of our linebacker crew, because to me, the Commanders are going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to come right at you. I mean, because to me, that's the Commanders' best way to try to beat the Cowboys, is to run at them and try to beat them up, out-muscle them. So I'm looking at our linebacker core and everything like that. Jeremy, I forgot, man. Who is your starting running back right now for the Commanders?
I think Brian Robinson playing today.
Robinson is playing?
Yeah, he been out the last few weeks though, but I believe he's playing today.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
don't y'all,
Okay.
y'all don't y'all got a young cat too? Gibson or what's his name?
Yeah, he. This is Gibson, I think, 4th year or something like that.
Oh
He's
yeah.
still pretty young, but I don't see us keeping him though next year. He
Really?
probably gone.
Y'all gave up on him that quick? Is
Yeah,
it just
he had the
performance?
fumbling. He had the
The fumbling
fumbling
problem?
problem. I mean, this year he played pretty good. He held onto the ball, but he's a
Mhm.
free agent, so I probably don't see them re-signing him.
Yeah.
Probably won't be back.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So man, let's talk about Corner. I want your opinion on this. Okay. You've seen a lot of videos and a lot of clips and a lot of pictures of Michael Parsons getting held. This is my opinion, Mike, and I want you to come back with your opinion on this. As a professional and as a star that Michael Parsons is, I think a lot of times, bro, you just gotta adapt and overcome. I think a lot of times Dan Quinn put him at defensive end and leaves him there. And it makes it easier for them to double team and hold him. I love when Dan Quinn moves him to linebacker or moving to the opposite end or moving to the 3 tech. And that way, man, it'll cut down on these phantom holding calls and true holding calls. Bro, what you think about Micah and the Cowboy fans complaining about him getting held?
You know, it's up to Micah, right? Because he's causing more pressures than he is getting held. And Micah Parsons has been a step away from being the NFL leading sack leader, right?
Mhm.
Just that fast stops him.
Right.
Now, Micah's so fast that it's hard for professional refs to see that like that because we can look at a still image and say that's holding.
Right.
Go to the field, look at everything that's happening in front of you, and watch it real time, and let me see what you throw. Because the ref ain't just gonna look at Micah and say, I'm watching you all day. I'm looking for that holding." They got to look at 5 other offensive linemen to see if they're holding too.
Mhm.
They got 2 back judges. One, the main ref, the white hat, is looking for that holding. The other hat is looking for any any defensive holding or anything like that. They're both there, but one's looking at something completely different than the other, right?
Right.
So it's up to Micah to like you said, adapt to it and do it. But I mean, he's that of
It
being
always seems
NFL
like he's
sack
like
leader.
it always seems like he's just a step or a second away,
That's
doesn't
it. But the roughing the passer penalty call on Tua Tagovailoa pissed me off more than I'm not holding because that's what's pissing me off about the NFL game. I'm not meaning to ramble, but what are defensive players supposed to do? What are your intent, Michael, was to destroy him, and that's why you threw the roughing the passer? How do you know what he's thinking?
Right.
Like you can't assume what other man is thinking because you're
No.
going to make bogus penalties like that. And that was a game changer. That roughing the passer call on Tua against the Cowboys, that was big. That's the stuff, the inconsistencies of the game and what defensive players supposed. That's what pisses me off more than them missing holding penalties because Micah has more pressures and more almost sacks than he does miss holding calls.
Right. 21, man. What you think about it?
Um, I think that it's. I think that I'm like with Micah. Micah knows it's happening, and he's just like, we all see it. We all see it. It's happening, but again, I'm like Corner says, it's just so fast. And it's hard to judge, especially like we can all say, okay, well, it's holding. It's with the like Corner said with the still shots or the slow mos, right? We can see it, but it just happens so fast, and Micah's so fast at that first step. So it's hard to judge, but I do feel like the NFL needs to, kind of, not Tom Brady. It should just keep an eye on it, right? But show us that you're seeing it.
Right.
We all see it, and it's happening, and it's been happening not just through 1 or 2 games, it's through the whole season. So there should
Right.
be some emphasis on it as far as the refs be like, hey, okay, we've seen this, because I'm pretty sure they get the calls or the sheets or whatever, at the end of their games, so they know what's happening, right? So I feel like there should be some emphasis towards it. Okay, we know what's happening, so just make sure you guys are, watching this or watching out for this, because it seems like they're not doing that. It seems like it's just continuing to go and go. But like Micah knows, and we all know it's happening, and so we just gotta, I guess, play through it.
Right. Jay,
Mhm.
as a Commander fan, man, your perspective, man, on Micah, and how do you think the Commanders are gonna block Micah? What do you think?
He should have a big day. Our O-line ain't too good this year. They've been pretty bad. He probably gonna have about 3 or 4 sacks. That's just what I think. But like Corner was saying with the holding, Micah's so fast and so strong. Once he bend that corner, he's already at the quarterback once he's been in that corner. So the holding done already happened. Morning, baby.
Good
Hey,
morning.
Papa.
Good morning, honey.
Look, come here. Papa say hey. Papa say hey.
Hey, honey.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
say go Cowboys?
No, she ain't gonna do it. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, her dad and already got the kids convinced that they're Commander fans.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought the HTTC man held to the Cowboys.
No.
That's funny. But yeah, like I was saying, Parsons so fast and so strong. Once he bend that corner, it's like he already at the quarterback with even being held. So it's like hard for them to make that call. And like I said, our O-line has been terrible all year. We done had one good offensive lineman all year, and that's Sam Cosmi from Texas.
Mhm.
And so I believe the Cowboys they gonna go off today. I believe. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see, man. Hey, that's hey, man, that's just my concern, man. I just don't want
Mhm.
them to come out already think they won the game, man. It
Mhm.
just I know maybe I'm overthinking this, guys. Maybe y'all may have to talk me off the ledge, but I just cannot forget about last year. I
Yeah.
can't forget about it, man, because
I think
with this
I
being
think as Cowboys fans we have that PTSD.
yeah, you always have to remind. I need to go to counseling for it. I was just like, yes, I'm a Cowboy fan. please help me through these battle scars and everything like that. And it's just because the Commanders are depleted. We know they depleted. We know we know at this point they got a top 5 pick. That their ownership is about to do a bunch of changes and everything like that, and sometimes that can cause distractions. But when you playing a division game at home for the last game of the season, hey man, you ain't gonna play football for another 8 months right now, right? So you might as well give it your all, right? I mean, I always knew, man, the last game of the season to me was always my best game because I know we're not playing next week. We're not playing. I don't know how y'all felt about it that last game of the season, but that's how I felt. Look, I'm giving it everything I got because we're not playing next week. We got to turn in the helmet and the shoulder pads and the jerseys, and then I got to sit around for another 8 months hoping ready to play some football. Corner, what you think, baby?
No, I think you're right. And I'm not going to talk you out of that, brother, because it's true. I'm at the standpoint of last year, and I'm at the standpoint of a month ago when we all got, including Cowboy players, we all got the notification that we clinch a playoff spot. Because ever since that notification came out, our Cowboys haven't been the same. Right. They just haven't. And so, I mean, that's with Buffalo, that's with Miami, that's with the Lions. And we're going to see if they can get back on track against these Commanders. And I don't care what the Commanders' record is. It's a divisional game. Mm-hmm. It's a road game. Tell me what the Cowboys' road record is. Let me know. It's a road game.
Are we 3-3 or what? No.
We're 3-5.
3-5 on the road. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So look, but there's a lot going against the Dallas Cowboys just in that, right?
Right.
And so I really need these Cowboys to step up and get back to pre-playoff berth contention, right? I need them to get back to, we haven't earned nothing yet. Because when they were playing like they haven't heard nothing, they were hungry. Now it seems like their stomachs are full and they're lagging out.
21. I know you played ball too. That last game of the season for you, man, how did you feel on that last game of the season, bro?
You want to show out. It's going to be the last time, I played running back, so I always wanted to get all the touches I could for that last game. You want to get, you want to make sure you show out. You go out, showing everybody that you're ready for, next season, right? Especially if it's the end of the season, but my thing is, let's not everybody else determine what we're gonna do. We're right here. We're knocking at the door of the NFC East. Let's take it. Let's not worry about, we need this team. If we lose, or if we do this, or if we do that, what's gonna happen? Let's just go in here, take this NFC East, do what we have to do, and get ready for these playoffs. We've been here other years before where it's just like, we need this team to lose. We need somebody else to help us out. Right here, it's all about us taking it and going into these playoffs and getting this dub, right? So it's there. Let's take it. We need to enforce it, because we don't want anybody else to determine whether we're gonna win the East, or we're gonna get home, or we're gonna get away. It's all on us. Let's take it.
Jay, how did you feel, man, when you were playing ball that last game of the season, man? Were you hyped about it, man? Were you sad about it, man? How did you feel your last game of the season?
I guess it was 50-50. I was sad maybe it was the last game, and then happy it was the last game because I'm gonna try to go out here and show out and build for next year. So it was a 50-50 for me.
50-50. Hey, y'all, man, when he was playing Little League for me, man, he played defensive end, he played running back, he played quarterback. I kind of had him all over the place. But, hey, 21, I had one play for him, man, that I know I was going to get a touchdown, when he's playing at tight end. 37 bootleg pass.
Yep.
Hey, Jeremy had a 10 and out to the corner, and my quarterback bootlegged the 36 lead coming back around. He wide open every time, touchdown. So hey, he had hands. He had hands, Armando.
Okay.
He had hands. So we ran that a lot when I was coaching Little League, and he was there. But when he got to high school, they put him at defensive end and at running back, so he could carry the pill too. Every once in a while he had a little fumbling problem, but that was the best thing about him. Once he fumbled, he'll never fumble again. Y'all say, give him the ball again. hey, 21. Once he got the ball again, it was over. It was over.
Yeah.
You know how some running backs, man, have a fumbling problem, and you got to keep giving them the ball, because if you don't give them the ball, that's when their confidence go down. But he had that same thing. But anyway, we just reminiscing. Sorry about that. So back to the Commanders, man. It's this. So let's talk about the Commanders and how they are going to approach this game, Jeremy. How you think they're going to approach the game against the Cowboys? Are they going to play a bunch of rookies today, or the veterans are going to play and try to? I think they're going to run the ball. What do you think?
They're gonna play like we said earlier. They're gonna play a lot of the young guys, because I think they who don't want to beat the Cowboys, but who want to lose that number 2 pick. So I think they're gonna play out everybody that's ain't been playing all year and say, hey, let's see what you got.
Okay. And what's your prediction of the game, man? What's your score?
I say Cowboys 42, Washington 17.
Damn.
40 bird.
I'm realist.
Hey, now that is true. Now he don't lie. He don't lie. Corner, how do corner, man?
You don't want to win, but come on now.
Right. Hey, corner. How do you think the Cowboys are going to attack the Commanders today? And give me your prediction of the game.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't paid much attention to the Commanders, but I know when we played them before, Deron Bland set NFL history. So looking for some interceptions, looking for some of that action. All right, looking, like I said, I need them to run this ball. I need them to. We know what Dak's gonna do. We know what CeeDee Lamb's gonna do. We know Brandon Cooks. They're gonna eat. They're gonna feast. All right. We got it. When are we gonna get this running game down, like on the road? Like, when are we gonna do it? I looked at the stats. Tony Pollard hasn't had a 100-yard game since week 3. We played the Cardinals. We lost that game.
Dude,
right?
Was it week 3?
It was week
Has it
3.
been that long?
Tony Pollard has yet to, besides that Cardinals game, you take away that Cardinals game, Tony Pollard hasn't touched 80 yards in any of the games.
Wow.
I need Tony Pollard to hit 100 today, and I need it to look like it's a convincing 100. I don't care that he's 70 yards, 65 yards away from 1,000, right? That was ugly thousands. All right, that was an ugly 1,000-yard season. Go in there, get 100 yards today, and show me that you can get back to what you were before you broke your legs and stuff.
Okay. 21, man. What's your prediction of the Mike, you didn't give me the score. What's your score?
My score, man. Dak Prescott's going to get benched third quarter because it's going to be 50-0.
Ooh.
Damn, 50 burger. Okay. 21. Predictions, man. Predictions on the game, how the Cowboys are going to approach this, and hand me your score afterwards.
So I think today we see this run game established. I really want to see, like I told you, Rico Dowdle come out here and show us that he's gonna be that running back that's gonna give that what did Rue say, the thunder to the lightning, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so I really want to establish this run game. It's gonna be good. I want to see this line push, you know. So it's, you know, we gotta get it. We gotta get this running, man. But my prediction, I'm dropping a 40 burger, man. I'm dropping a 40 burger at FedEx Field, you know,
Man.
and I'm gonna give him 10 points. 10 points, man. 40-10, you know.
Jesus.
So,
oh, wait a minute. 21 hit 40, Mike hit 50, and Jeremy hit 40. I was like, oh my God, what am I missing? All right, man. This is my approach today. My approach today, man, is to establish the offense. No 3 and outs.
Ooh.
No 3 and outs. Because if we know that the Commanders are depleted in the secondary, they depleted on their defensive line. Only one of their major starters are playing today. Man, you got to have a consistent offense today. Like the great Tom Landry say, you got to streak into the damn playoffs. And no better team to streak into the playoffs is against the Commanders. The Commanders are limping, and just like Jay said, they don't really want to lose that number 2 pick. They don't. But it is still a rivalry game. So my keys of the day, man, is consistency on offense. No 3 and outs. You know, of course, we're gonna have 1 or 2, but we're not gonna start. Let's not start the game 3 and out. Let's not start the second half 3 and out. Let's get some consistency, man. Running the ball, throwing. Let's do everything today, man. And we'll get these Commanders. Now, I'm not gonna say the 40 or the 50 burger, but I got the Cowboys 35-17 in beautiful FedEx Field, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, I'm sorry, home of the Washington Commanders. But look, man, we'll appreciate everybody, man, joining us, man. I'm sorry I'm having technical difficulty. I can't really bring up comments and stuff like I normally do. We're going to get the computer fixed up and everything like that for next week. So, Jake, my son, man, appreciate you, man, jumping in, man, giving us that Washington perspective. Mike, once again, man, it is always an honor and a pleasure, man, for you to always jump in, man, whenever you can and give us your perspective. Also, hey, I know Jeremy don't do too much social media, but Jeremy, you got any social media like your Facebook, or do you do Twitter or anything like that?
No, I just got Facebook.
All right, man. Tell them how they can find you on Facebook.
Jeremy Lee. That's it.
JeremyLee.
JERAMYLEE.
Hey, but you got to tell them how to spell it because people misspell your name all the time.
JERAMY.
AMY, not E. Not the E. It's an A.
Nah. Hey.
All right, corner man. Tell them how can we find you, brother?
No, man, and I appreciate you guys letting me on it. I'm sorry I missed your text a couple of weeks ago around Christmas time of hopping on. But anytime I can come on to the Three Amigos or Cowboys Huddle, I'm there. You guys are the real deal. I already shared the link out, so hopefully my subscribers come and watch this amazing content you guys put on today. But Cowboys Corner _ Cowboys Corner on Twitter, guys. Subscribe what do you do over there? You follow?
Follow,
Go,
like,
go
subscribe.
follow over there.
Yeah.
Same thing on Threads. I have an Instagram, but I don't know how to work. I'm too old. I don't know how to work Instagram. And then, I barely post anything on the TikToks. But mainly, I'm bipolar over there on Twitter. So you can catch me if you want to catch me over there on Twitter. So just get over there.
Your content is too good not to be putting it on TikTok, man. I say that every time we talk. Your content is too good not to be putting it on there, bro.
Well,
we're gonna work on that. Okay?
We're gonna work on it.
We're gonna work on that. All right, man. Once again, man, thank y'all for joining us, man, on Los Three Amigos podcast. Our man Mikey put out an APB on it, man.
We got an APB on Mikey.
Yeah,
He's somewhere out there.
Put out an APB on Mikey, man. It's funny. I'll talk to Mikey during the week. Hey, man, I'll see you Sunday. Anyway, hey, man, we appreciate y'all joining us, man. As always, as the big fella always say, Dallas Cowboys for life.
Puro pinches Cowboys, y'all.
Peace.